Hi there, everyone. Thanks so much for your interest in the Vamos Outreach app. I'm Lori Kamala. I am the program director of Code the Dream and going to be taking you through a short demo of how to use the Vamos web app and mobile app and some of the functionality. I'm really pleased to be joined by two of our developers on this app. Quasi and Jorge, can you guys introduce yourselves?
Hello, everyone. My name is Kwasi Yaboa. I've been with Code the Dream for almost 2 years now. And for the Vamos app, I am one of the backend developers.
Yeah, my name is Jorge. I also been with Code Dream a little over a year. I'm working the front end for this application.
Awesome. Quasi and Jorge are part of the team that makes all the magic happen. So as you all probably know, Vamos Outreach app is an app that was designed to help plan, implement, and track outreach to migrant and seasonal farm worker labor camps and other forms of housing. And we're going to get to see a little bit about how it works. There are two portions to the app. One is the web app, which you use from your desktop computer, and the other is the mobile app, which you will use from your phone or iPad or other mobile device when you're out in the field doing outreach. So Quasi, can you take us through the features of the web app? And I'm gonna let you share your screen and we'll go from there.
Okay, sounds good. All right, here we go. So welcome to the Vamos web app. So when you first log on to the Vamos web app, a few things that you will see. First, you will see the name of your organization right here. And you will see some of the features that we have for the Vamos app. When you first log on, you will log on to see in the home page that has all the sites that belong to an organization. And we have different views for that home page. If you would like, you could go ahead and see it as a list. And also, if you like, you can also see it on the map view, which will show where all the sites that belong to the organization and where they are on the map view. So this is the home page for the site that belongs to an organization. So to create a new site, we could go ahead and click this button here, and it will go ahead and take you to the form that you will fill out to create a new site. To upload a site from a CSV, we'll click that button there, and we can upload all the sites that an organization may have through the CSV feature here. Now, suppose you would like to search by a certain field. We could also search through the county. So let's say if you wanted to see all the sites that were in Durham, you could click it and click search, and it'll go ahead and show all the sites that are just in Durham. So let's say if you wanted to see all the sites again, you could go ahead and it'll show you back again all the sites that belong to your organization. So what a site will look like after its creation is if you click one, it'll go ahead and display all the information that the user inputted for that site. And that user will be the admin. So you go ahead and let's say if you wanted, you can input the county, you can input the state. If you know the grower feed person, you could go ahead and input that as well. And this is what the homepage of every individual site will look like. Also as well, if you want to put in notes for a site, you could go ahead and do that. And these notes are predominantly for, let's say something occurred at the site that you would like a record of, you could put it on the notes section. And then here, if you want to record a visit for a particular site, you can go ahead and record that data for a particular visit. And that information will belong to that one particular site that you put that visit information for. So this is what individual site will look like from the site homepage. Another feature that we have is groups.
Quasi, before we go on to groups, could you show how people can change photos to be assigned to their site?
Absolutely. Yeah, that's a very good point, Lori. So here a person could go ahead and click browse, and it'll go ahead and it'll bring down the drop down, and you could actually select the photo that you have already saved for the site. So once you click a particular photo,
And unfortunately, we can't see your the photos that are coming up for you, but because when for some reason sometimes in Zoom you can't see drop downs or but yeah, we get the idea there.
and this is where your photo will appear once you choose it for this particular site. Yeah. So
I'm sorry, Quasi, one more thing when you're looking at a site. Actually, do you mind going back and clicking on that one that has an actual photo?
yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so we can
There we go.
check that out. Is that the only picture, or can you see multiple?
I believe for this one, there's multiple pictures actually.
Cool.
Yeah, and that's very useful. That way, if they want to see different pictures of that particular site, they can. And you can also set whichever one of these pictures you would like as the primary photo, if you would like. So let's say we'll set this, and now this becomes the primary photo for that site.
Great. I know you were about to go on to groups, and before you do that, can you show folks how to add a site to a group from the site page?
Yeah, absolutely. So let's say you would like to add this particular site to a group that you already have. Let's say we'll use group tested. We'll go ahead and we'll click submit. And this site will be added to that particular group. So when you go to groups, you'll be able to see the sites that you added. So let's go on to groups and see that site that you just added. So we added that to the test group, which is right here. And there it goes, check S. That was a group that we added a few seconds ago. And groups tends to be very helpful when you're trying to organize your sites. Let's say that for a particular day, you wanted to go and visit 10 sites, where you can organize them here in this particular group and go ahead and do the visits. So group helps when you're trying to organize a particular site or however you would like to use it.
So for example, if an organization was gonna plan outreach to, a series of sites, they could create one group for, May 1st outreach or whatever, and then put all of the camps they were going to visit into that group, and then they can bring it up. We can see later how they can bring it up on the mobile.
Absolutely. And this is how they would create it. Let's say May 1st. We'll go ahead and there'll be the new group name, and then we could go ahead and add groups, add sites to that particular group as well. So, yeah. Another really wonderful feature for the Vamos app is if you would like to download a CSV of all the sites that belongs to an organization, or you could go ahead and do so. Maybe you want all the visits that belongs to the organization, you could go ahead and do so. And you could do that for notes, groups, and users for the Vamos web app, which is wonderful. And then also we have a user category here, which kind of shows all the users that are using for that particular organization. And you could change the roles of those users as well. The roles go from manager, planner, and a user. And they all have different abilities when it comes to the app. Another feature that we're very excited about that should be ready in a few weeks is a custom form feature. So what the custom form feature will do is for a site, a visit, or even a contact, let's say that the organization has different fields that they would like to upload. They could go ahead and create a custom field for it. And they will show here on the form, and they could go ahead and save that data. And
so basically what we're seeing right now is what's the default, what we have, what all sites in Vamos have, right?
Yeah.
But then, so if somebody wants to track additional information, they can create whatever fields they want.
Yeah, yeah. And that'd
That's
be wonderful because they'll be able to save it as well, and they could use that repeatedly as much as they would like.
That's
Yeah.
great.
So that's something that's coming up. And then we also have the visit homepage, which shows all the visits that belongs to that particular organization. So it's just a quick way if they want to see all the visits that they've made and see a particular visit. If they click it, it'll take them to the site that that visit belongs to, and they can see it as well.
And so then the visits are shown. Actually, could you click on yeah,
Absolutely.
the site again? Yeah, and then go, can you scroll down to show the 3 visits?
Yep. Here they are.
Cool. Awesome. That's great.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Quasi. I think that's mostly it from the web app. Is there anything else you wanted to show us?
Yes, I think we have a few exciting features that are coming up that we're all very excited about. We're building a feature where the admin can track the growers much closer, and they could track all the sites that belong to the grower. That's a new feature that we're excited about. We're also building a feature where the organization can use routing, where they can route to all their sites right here from the app. So we're very excited about that. So we have a lot of exciting features that are coming up soon.
That is awesome. Thank you so much, Quasi, for all your awesome work on that. And just to clarify, so, you know, organizations will probably mostly use the web app as you're planning your outreach, when you're creating custom fields that you want to show up related to the site or related to a visit, and for downloading information. But when you're inputting new information, when you're on outreach, you'll probably mostly be doing that from the mobile site. So now let's turn it over to Jorge to give us a little tour of the mobile site. Hey, Jorge, can we hear you?
Yes, 1 second.
Sorry, just checking.
I lost the Zoom thing. Okay, so just share screen.
Yes.
Okay, got it. All right. Cool. Can everyone see the phone?
Yeah, it looks good. Thanks.
Simulator. Cool. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is basically our homepage for the mobile app. I'm already signed in here. So this is one kind of like a testing organization. Again, this is our homepage. At the very first, it will ask you for your location. Just like any app that uses your location, will ask you that location so it can search sites around you. And you can see this icon saying, you know, it's using your location to find nearby sites. So you can scroll through all these sites that has already that had already been searched through here. We also have a map view, just like in our web app. So all those sites that are within that search in that list, they will also show up in this map. We have a feature for kind of having a feature for favorites, so you can favorite a site, and they will show up in your list here. Let's see. Okay, so let's go into one of the sites before we do anything else. So this is a test site we have. As you can see, you can add photos up through here. There's also a few nice features that we have here. So we have a map feature that you can see kind of the overview of that single site is. And we also have a satellite, which seems to be very helpful for sites where roads may not be visible. Cool. So we also have some of this basic information for this site. So like visits, we show them here. If there's more than 3 visits, I believe, it'll just give you the option to see all of them, and it will give you the whole list. You can preview the visits through here. You can also edit them if you want to. Same with the notes, you can preview them. And you're also able to add a visitor here through this form. In
Jorge,
groups.
can you scroll up for a minute?
Sure.
So I see the directions here. So does this mean you can, if you click on directions, will that operate directly through your Google Maps?
That's exactly correct. Thank you. Yeah, so this directions is very helpful. It will open, it will give you an option to open your maps. So in this case, the only application is Apple Maps. But if you have Google Maps or something like Waze, it will also pop up in here, and you can just click it, and it'll basically give you a preset navigation for you to just hit go. Very good point. Thank you. And then we also have groups. So we could add a group to this site that we have 2020. And we can add it to the test group. And you can see they added as well there. There's more info about this site here. This might change a little bit when we add our custom forms feature. So let's walk you through a creation of a site here. So we're gonna call this Vamos test, testing.
So in the description, that's where you can write things like, oh, behind, 2 trailers behind 3 big trees or something like that. Because that's going to show up right in the top information, right?
Correct, yes. So let's see.
So Jorge, if you're out in the field and you're creating a site because you have just discovered a new camp of workers, will it find your location? So can you basically just drop a pin, or how can you indicate the location?
Yeah, so if you talk about a pin, we are working on a feature where you might be able to choose your own location, dropping a pin. But at the moment in this form, what you can do is just type the address here, and it'll basically create the location for you. So we have a system that works, and you'll see, even if I just put Chapel Hill in Orange County, it'll create that location. We can see that as well.
And you could also maybe use your Google Maps or your Apple Maps or whatever to, if you are able to put in a pin, until we have that feature in Vamos, you could put a pin in your own Google Maps to get the longitude and latitude. Is that right? And then add that in later?
Yes, we don't have that in this field, but yes, I think we're working on that feature, correct, Kwasi?
Yeah, I think Quasi's muted, but yeah, I believe we
That's
are.
coming soon. Yeah.
Yeah, so that would be another good way. If you don't want to drop the pin, you can also add the latitude and longitude. That's correct. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and save this bad boy, and this will take me to the next feature we want to show, which is the search. So if I guess let me go over it again. You can search by site name, site ID. If you have it, also by city, will give you a preview of the cities that exist within your organization. Same with the county, and same with the group. So just saw we did a test group. We added a site to this test group. So that will show up in here if you search by groups as well. Working on a feature where you can also search by contacts. There might be others added in the future.
So once we're able to search by contacts, then groups will be able to search by grower and see all of the camps that are related to a particular grower.
Correct. All right, so we're going to search Vamos because that's what we call our site. And there it is, Chapel Hill. So if we go to this site now, and I go to map, you'll see that we are in Chapel Hill indeed. There's UNZ. So it'll, whatever address you put there, it'll pick it up. So it will create a location for you as long as you put a city and a state. And again, we're working on those features. So you're able to add it by longitude, latitude, or by dropping a pin with a map view.
Awesome. And if you wanted to just see if you just looked up a site, you found the information about it, but then you want to see the sites that are all around you, what do you do just to see the sites that are close to you right now?
Yeah, so if you want to go back again after you did a search, you want to get out of here, you want to see all the sites around you again, just click this icon again. It'll pick up your location and then it'll make a search. Hopefully it does that, yeah. And again, this simulator is set to Durham. So that's why we see all these sites around Durham. And you can see also my location there.
Awesome. Great. So let's say we know that we created a group with Quasi and our outreach group. Can we find that outreach group and plot our outreach for the evening?
Yeah, so there's a group here. Let's see.
And I put it in a test group, Jorge.
Oh, it's a test group?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, cool, thank you. Yeah, so we have these two sites in this test group. We have this, again, this list in this map view.
And Quasi was saying that we're working on right now implementing a route optimization so that it will be able to help calculate the best way to travel between the sites with the priority ones that you absolutely have to visit first. So that'll be great.
Yeah, that's really going to be a really nice feature where you can create groups to make the outreach and it'll just create a route for you.
So maybe click on one of those sites that we want to visit in our outreach tonight, and let's add a visit. Wait, did we already do this?
We didn't do the visit.
Okay, all right.
You want me to create a visit through here?
Sure, yeah.
All right. March 2nd.
Jorge, you can be our
I can be the leader.
We only visited 3. There's 3 workers at the camp. We interacted with 2 of them. Maybe they need a microwave.
Something like that.
They have some legal concerns that we need to address. I know some organizations have deliver donations to workers, so that's why there is a feature specifically around donations. Not every organization will need that, but you can specifically input what items you're donating.
Yep. Yeah, so your organization will be able to have a list of donations that you specifically create. For these organizations are this preset. So if they need more clothes, you can choose that and then pass, I guess, like an amount or how many. In this case, we interacted with 2, so maybe they both need some. All right. All that visit and
great, and there now
visiting from Vamos. Mm-hmm. Yep. Again, we can see, you can kind of preview some of this information here. We saw 12 visitors, concerns, donated items. If there's other things that they didn't, that weren't filled, that will show up down here, but they'll be hidden at the beginning. And again, you can also go and edit this.
awesome.
Cool. Other features at the bottom here, we have visits, which will give you a list of all the visits done through the your organization, and same with the notes. So these are all notes within this organization, and you can also preview them, or you can go to them. If you click, okay, we have an error there. Development error. But yeah, same idea.
Yeah, that's
anything else
awesome.
we need to go through?
I think that's it. Let's see. I think you can. Yeah, you can stop sharing your screen. That's really great information. Thank you so much, both of you. And we look forward to working with all of your organizations on using Vamos. Thanks.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.